When co-parenting styles clash, let's be real for a moment. Parenting with someone who has a totally different approach than you can feel like an emotional tug of war that never ends. Maybe you try to stay calm and connected while your partner is strict and demands instant obedience. Or perhaps you find yourself intervening because the other parent is too permissive, letting things slide that you know need stronger boundaries. If you've ever whispered, "We need to talk about this, but I don't want another argument," you are definitely not alone. The truth is, most families have a mix of parenting styles going on behind the scenes. Sometimes it's gentle versus tough. Sometimes it's organized versus go with the flow. But the conflict? That part can feel exhausting. Here's the core promise. You really can shift co-parenting from constant silent battles to being on the same team, even if you both parent differently. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap for building collaboration, not just avoiding fights. We'll talk about why co-parenting styles clash so deeply and give you a practical way forward so your child gets the gift of two parents working together, even when you disagree. If this sounds familiar, and you want more tools for emotionally wise parenting, take a second to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and tell me in the comments what kind of style mix you're working with in your home. Is it calm and strict, kind and permissive, or a little of everything? Your story will help other parents feel less alone too. Now, why does this feel so hard? At its heart, parenting isn't just about kids. It's about you and your partner's childhoods, your beliefs, and all those little stories about what a good parent does. If you grew up with yelling and timeouts, you might crave structure and bristle when things feel chaotic. If you longed for more kindness as a child, you might lean into gentle empathy and ache when you hear snapping or see tears. These patterns are built deep into your nervous system. Even the best parents, especially the best parents, carry wounds and worries from their earliest years. So when you and your partner end up at odds, it's not just about the spilled milk or bedtime routine. It's about old pain, hope for something better, and yes, fear of screwing it all up. But here's the sciencey part that brings relief. Your child's brain is being built every day, not by perfection but by patterns of connection and repair. It's a myth that you both have to agree about everything. What matters much more? Your child seeing adults work out differences with respect, honesty, and warmth. When your child witnesses two grown-ups struggling, pausing, and coming back to understanding, that's real-world modeling of emotional intelligence and resilience. Now, the most painful part for many parents is the guilt and anxiety that comes when you see your partner lose it or let things go and wonder, are we ruining our kid? Maybe you stew in silence or rush in to rescue the moment. Maybe you fight after bedtime, both blaming yourselves and each other. If you recognize yourself, know this. You are not a bad parent, and neither is your partner. You simply haven't been shown how to turn conflict into collaboration. No one gets taught this growing up. Let's take a breath together. Imagine what would change if you could talk about parenting differences calmly outside those heated moments in the kitchen or car. Imagine your child feeling safe, not because you're always in perfect sync, but because you find a way to work together as a team, even when it's messy. This is possible, and it starts with 3 steps. First, commit to talking about parenting outside of kid moments. This sounds simple, but it's actually transformational. When your child is misbehaving or melting down, both of your stress systems go into overdrive. That's not the moment to hash out what's fair or effective. So, set a regular time, maybe Sunday after bedtime, or a quiet walk dedicated just to talking about parenting. Tell your partner, I want us to have time to talk, not blame, about what works and what doesn't. If things feel too tense, start the conversation with something positive, like one thing you appreciate about their parenting style. This softens defenses and reminds you both you're on the same side. Second, uncover your shared values underneath your differences. Even if your styles seem light years apart, most parents want similar things: kids who feel loved, safe, and capable. Ask each other, what did you need most as a child? And what do you want our child to remember about their childhood? This is where so much healing can happen. Maybe one of you needed more structure, while the other longed for more acceptance. By naming these underlying needs, you move from "you're too soft" or "you're too harsh" to we both want our child to feel secure and confident. Let's figure out how to build that together. Right now, I want to pause for a moment. If you're feeling a wave of relief or even a bit of sadness because maybe you've never had this kind of conversation before, please share in the comments. Tell me what you wish your own parents had done differently or how you hope things can be better for your child. Also, if you know another parent struggling with co-parenting stress, send them this video. We are building a community that values growth over perfection, and your voice matters. The next step is all about small experiments instead of big arguments. Instead of insisting, we have to do it my way or else, try tiny shifts you can both agree to, just for a week or two. Maybe you test a script for tricky moments, like saying, we use calm voices, even when we're upset, or you agree that whoever is less triggered steps in as the leader if things get heated. Try out a new bedtime routine, or swap jobs for a day to see how it feels. The point is not to win, but to learn what actually works best for your unique family. Make it low stakes and schedule a check-in. Did this help or hurt? Did the child respond better? What felt fair? As you experiment, it's crucial to communicate in a way that respects everyone's nervous system, including yours and your partner's. If old fights show up, pause. Breathe. Remind yourselves that you both want the best for your child, even if the way you show it looks different on the surface. Your child is watching not just to learn how to behave, but how to handle disagreement, how to apologize, and how to keep growing. This is the heart of emotional intelligence. In all of this, don't forget to hold on to moments of laughter, fun, and teamwork. Celebrate small wins, the bedtime you both survived without an argument, or the dinner where you backed each other up. These moments, repeated over time, build a sense of unity your child can feel even when things are bumpy. So, here's a mid-video reminder: if you're finding yourself nodding along, or if your heart's aching because you feel stuck, drop a comment below about what you're dealing with. What's your biggest challenge with different parenting styles? How do you handle it now? And what's one small step you could try this week? And remember, subscribing keeps you connected to ideas, support, and other parents who get what you're going through. Now, a few gentle but powerful principles to keep at the center. First, you don't have to erase every difference. Healthy families have a range of adult personalities. What matters is that your child has a sense of safety, not perfection. Second, it's normal for one parent to be more patient, or quicker to anger, or better at play than discipline. The real gift you can give is learning to value your differences as strengths, not threats. If one of you is calmer, the other may be better at setting limits, and both are needed. Kids learn flexibility, compromise, and emotional resilience from seeing real life, not a scripted show. And when you hit rough spots, because every family does practice repair. That means if you argue in front of your child, circle back later and say, sometimes adults disagree, but we're working it out together. You are safe and loved no matter what. This simple reassurance soothes their nervous system and opens the door to lifelong trust. A final word about hope. No matter how mismatched your parenting styles feel right now, it is absolutely possible to grow closer, work together, and give your child a sense of sturdy belonging. Every time you stand shoulder to shoulder, instead of back to back, you break cycles from the past and build something better for the next generation. Apply one idea from this video today, maybe set that first conversation outside of the heat of battle, and notice what shifts. Even if it's just a tiny bit. If this spoke to you, please like the video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting, and share in the comments what kind of style mix you and your co-parent are navigating right now. You are not alone, you are not stuck, and your willingness to find a new way forward is more powerful than you realize. And if you want even more support, our next video dives into how to heal after parenting fights without guilt or resentment. Keep growing together.